But so for you, do you want your kids to, like as JC says, running on charters, doing all the shit that I never did? Or do you want your kids to, essentially like...
What does that mean,
live
running on charters on shit?
like chartered planes, running on charters, doing the shit I
think that spoils a kid, I think I think the biggest problem rich people have, and this is just me anyhow talking cock here, right?
Yeah.
Is that you're afraid that your kids will get spoiled.
Yeah.
And I've a feeling that having your kids live that kind of lifestyle, like, it destroys them and it doesn't give them the right context to view the world. I think problems are a very important part of what makes you get up in the morning. And if you cease to have problems, you have no meaning, and then that can lead to a miserable life.
You're talking about all those like ultra-rich asiakas who...
Ultra-rich, or like people who just have no objective.
Okay.
And sometimes objective doesn't just mean like a mission. It could be, I want to solve a problem for somebody else in life. And that kind of thing gives you drive and purpose, and I think is what gives you a long and meaningful life.
Got it.
I feel like these rich kids, if you get used to that, you are standing up for trouble, because if they never wean themselves off of it, and in some situation, wealth doesn't come to them in their generation, then they are going to be quite miserable. I'd rather under-promise, over-deliver than over-promise, under-deliver.
So you're saying that as a parent, you would like maybe not give them everything.
If I was a multi-millionaire, if I had $10 million and I had a kid, I would not give that kid much of anything in terms of wealth. I might even say something that Rui-Ming's father told him, but in a much nicer way, which is like, you might inherit nothing. I might try to spend or give away all my wealth before I die, and you're not going to get much of it.
Oh, your dad told you?
Yeah. I mean, not that he's very wealthy. I just want to clear that, because people always think he's a multi-millionaire. But he just implied that, I'll give nothing to you when I die. So yeah, I thought...
But did he tell you that when you were young?
I think like when I was 25 or something.
So was that like a time where you're like, oh shit?
I was very annoyed at him because I have a lot of wealthy friends, and then their parents gave them car, gave them condo.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're not even that rich, then you say this kind of shit to me. Now I'm going to fall even more like economically behind.
But was that what kicked you into like your interest in personal finance?
One of the things, yeah. So I thought like I'm going to show that old man, what I can do.
Also, it came from spite.
I mean, part of it.
Wow.
Part of it was spite. No, I think you're oversimplifying. Yeah.
Sorry. But I think now you also sort of learned that lesson, and you sort of somewhat thankful to your dad.
Because now I realize like, actually I was being entitled, right? Like why did I think that my dad have to give me money just because other parents gave them? So I found it better to be able to run on your own steam. Eventually, I think the problem with raising rich kids and getting them used to a lifestyle that they did not earn is that you might harm the kid eventually, especially if they're not armed with the skills to earn as much money as you did. So let's say you get your kid used to 30, okay, maybe 30k a month lifestyle.
30k a month.
But your kid's capability is only
10k.
10k, still not bad, still 10k.
Still
right?
Only 10k.
But eventually, every month minus 20k, no matter how rich you are, eventually that will add up.
I think, let's say some celebrities are like, you follow Conor McGregor. It's quite, I mean, you're literally watching him bring his kids on private jets, on all these boats. And I'm like, you're setting this guy up. He came from being a plumber to being an MMA fighter and then becoming a billionaire now. So like, even for him, I think processing that also he probably took drugs and all that kind of stuff. So I can't imagine his kids.
But he got business. Maybe he's very confident that he will have enough generational wealth to pass down.
But that was also quite tricky. Can you imagine he takes the private plane, then his kids like take train or something like that? Right. But I do think that is super important, because like what you said earlier, like life is, like problems are a part of life. Right? And if you don't have problems in your life, then what kind of life is that?
I know.
Right. It's almost the earlier you accept that shit is part of life, it is just figuring out which shit to deal with, as opposed to hoping for no shit.
But you said business class also got problem. Maybe the menu change and you don't like it so much.
Then those people deserve a slap. Those people deserve a slap.
I mean, I'm sure even like private jet got problem. Maybe like the airport runway. Maybe the airport runway, they cannot clear you. Not enough fuel, the engines.
No, but in some
down.
way it's all relative, right? Like you can fly economy class, but to someone who's never flown economy class before because they can't afford it, they'll be like, hey, fuck you all, like shut up, right?
It reminds me of a Ricky Gervais anecdote where he said like when he first became a celebrity, they would fly him on business class. Then they would announce your name like, Ricky Gervais, please make a way to board first. Then he was very embarrassed. Oh shit. But he said the second time I'm like, where's that person to bring me on to business? Like you get used to it, like
You
really
get used
quickly. You
to
gotta
it.
watch it, you know.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
really watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Conor McGregor is very confident that with his
could be.
whiskey thing that he's very confident. But I feel like, what if you get your kid used to this lifestyle, then your kid on top of that, around his friends, that he gets even used to even higher one.
Correct,
then your
correct.
whiskey business also cannot support. Then how, right?
Yeah.
Because rich people tend to hang around other rich people, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? You only spend 30k a month. Look at me, I spend 100k a month.
No, and can you imagine as a kid, you grow up, your baseline is really so fucking
Private
high.
jet, yeah, chartered.
Yeah,
Like, what,
it's
dude,
so
like,
fucking high. It's like if you don't, it's so easy for you to just go downwards, lah.
Yeah,
Whereas if you start like a very, very low
everything
baseline,
impresses you.
Yeah.
Wow, business class. Wow, first class. Wow, private jet.
Exactly, everything. Then like it's like you can have a chance to eat at the best restaurant in the world.
Yeah.
Do you just go there straight or you build up? You slowly increase, you slowly increase. I would take the slow increase one.
I agree also.
Slow increase and slowly just every time it's a new higher up, higher up, higher up, higher
Or
up.
maybe there's some kind of high net worth podcast that's like bemoaning us. Or these like
Or
billions
confirm,
are there.
Also,
do
I'm
a
saying
reaction
these
video.
peasants-
So next time, I mean, we all have like I think we all have friends who are quite maybe at least a friend or two who's very wealthy.
Yeah.
Then next time they invite you and your family to join him on a private jet, you will say no lah.
Oh no, I'll go lah. I'm an adult already.
No,
That's
then
a
your
fair
kids-
question.
your
No,
kids-
that's a
your
fair
kids-
question.
Oh, you mean kids?
If you have your family, he say, hey, your whole family come with me.
No, but even then we are very clear, okay, that's someone else's family.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
That's not how we live. You know, like we can enjoy it. Life, you also want to enjoy things. So you go. But then if your kids say, hey, when are we getting our private jet? Then you slap him lah.
No, you kneel down before a kid like, okay, boy, we're gonna have a fucking exceptional experience.
Yeah.
This is not normal, okay? Like, this is not life. If you say that, hey, next time I will slap your face, so please understand, you prep the kid first, right?
Child Protective Services. Take note.
Then when you're on the flight, also every 15 minutes, just one slap, just to
I
remind
remind you, this is not real.
this is
Okay,
not
wake the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you call Child Protective Services like if like my daddy whacked me, like why? Because I want to go private jet. The child protective service will come and slap the kid also, you know. I help you
Yeah, just slap.
But how about the argument that like what you're saying, rich people hang out with rich people, and there's value in that network also lah. I mean, for example, I think there's this billionaires social club going around Singapore. They're setting up some app that's just for billionaires. What? And JJ Lin is involved and everything, right? The Arc or something like that.
something,
I mean, this is not brought to you, but it's literally that lah. Like billionaires kids coming together.
Yeah,
to
ARC.
create an exclusive social club
ARC,
for rich people lah. So what's the I mean, isn't there value in letting your kid hang out with other rich people and sort of accepting that, okay, this is what I need to aspire to, the minimum to keep up with this lifestyle?
Yeah.
Of course, but you must keep up with the lifestyle. If you don't reach the level of productivity or earning power needed to keep up the lifestyle, then you just cannot afford a lifestyle. So I think there's nothing wrong with hanging out with friends who have like a lot of money, but you yourself must know whether your level of spending is sustainable to yourself or not. If not, it's just keeping up with the Jonases.
Then when they say, hey, daddy, work harder, you know that 5 million deal that last year you rejected, can you please call them back? Then would you, like...
I think then seriously, I would have the conversation with the kid to say like, so this is daddy's enough point. If you want nice things, you gotta suffer more. And at this point, like daddy has worked out that I'm comfortable with 4K a month living. So this is my choice. So if you want more, you know what you gotta do lah.